Hello and welcome to Scarlet Lady Tarot. This is love reading. Sorry about the wiggly table. Someday I'm going to get a better one. But right now, this is what I have. And today I am using Lucid Dreams tarot cards, which are really cool. They're actually, they flip the readings in reverse. There's reverse readings, and I generally don't do reverse readings, but with this deck I can. And I'm going to be using the Oracle of Visions card and the Romance Angels cards. So, okay, so I'm going to start off with the Lucid Dreams Tarot. And these have been shuffled. Okay. Okay, we have the Chariot reversed. Aren't these cards gorgeous? They have the gilding on them. They're really beautiful. So, lack of movement, lack of discipline, opposition, giving up, losing direction, forceful, powerless, aggression, and obstacle. And I'm just going to go, I think, through all the cards first, and then I'm going to come back around like I usually do. Reverse justice, dishonesty, unfairness, bigotry, lawsuits, legal issues, dishonesty, lack of accountability, and retribution. I think this is a continuation of the other two readings I have done. And the Magician reversed, manipulation, unfulfilled, potential, scattering energy, wasteful resources, illusions, out of touch, and deception. We've got the Hermit, upright, introspect, inward, spiritual journey, spiritual illumination, soul searching, being alone, which I think is the word we're searching for here, inner guidance and withdrawal, which is another word we're searching for. The reading got cut off, and now I'm trying to continue it, and hopefully I can figure out where I left off. Okay, because it was a great reading that got chopped up here. Four Swords, reversed, ready to act, re-entering the world, recovery, restless, burnt out, exhaustion. So what's happening here is that he's your person here, your divine masculine, is thinking about coming back. But the thing is he's sort of sick of doing this. He's sort of sick of the status quo. He's done with that. He doesn't want to do it anymore. He is done with the lack of movement. Sorry about the roosters. They're really loud. He's sick of this. He doesn't want to do it anymore. So he doesn't even want to have accountability for what he's not accountable for it. He's not using his resources. He's not using what he knows. He is stuck in this thing where he doesn't even want to do it, and he's continuing to just do it alone. Being alone, inner guidance, withdrawal. he's not getting anywhere by staying as the hermit. He doesn't really understand that, though. He thinks that he's learning and he's growing by that, but he's not actually. He's stuck in the same thing that he's done. This is the status quo he's been doing this whole time, and isn't like coming out of it. He's so done with it, though. But he doesn't know what else to do because he's never done anything else. So he's thinking about reacting. He's thinking about acting. He's thinking about it. He's restless. He's burnt out. He's exhausted from doing this over and over and over again with every relationship that he's ever had. He is so done with it. He is so sick of it. So, the next one is you. It's intuition, mystery, sacred knowledge, divine feminine, inner knowing, subconscious, spirituality, higher power, and inner voice. This is the High Priestess card. So what they're saying is use your intuition. Don't come back to him. And here was the other thing, is that he's actually intimidated by you. He doesn't want to he doesn't like how much you know. He's almost sick. Not almost sick, but he's basically not happy with how much you know. He knows that you know something. He knows that you know about him. Maybe you said something about being avoidant. Sent him something about avoidance. He knows that you know about him. He is almost embarrassed by it. But, so he almost doesn't want to come back because he's like, oh my God. He's intimidated by you. Look at who you are. You're the High Priestess. He's super intimidated by you. Okay. But when he does come, he's offering this tiny little cup. This is the Page of Cups. When he does come, he's this tiny little cup. And one of my friends was talking about how she sent me this Instagram post, which was very interesting to me. And what it said was basically, your avoidant is a tiny little cup, like a little shot glass. And then you're this huge cup. And what happens is you try to pour your huge cup into this tiny little shot glass, and it just overflows, and he gets overwhelmed, and he's like drowning in this cup that you keep trying to pour into him. So he takes off, right? And then if he's around long enough, he'll take his tiny little cup and he'll try to put it into yours. And all you have is this tiny little piece of love that's in that huge cup that you have, because you have more capacity for love. And I thought that was very interesting. That was very enlightening, because it really shows you where they are emotionally with love. This person is emotionally immature. Idealist, dreamer, sensitivity, naivety, innocence, inner child, intuitive messages, curiosities, possibilities, head in the clouds. They would rather have their head in the clouds. They are innocent. They are naive. They don't really have the capacity. They just are offering this tiny little cup to you. They don't have the capacity to really love you. And maybe they never will. And this is family. This is 10 of Cups reversed. Family trouble, disconnection, misaligned values, broken or struggling. That's broken or struggling. Wow. Broken or struggling relationship, unhappy home, separation, and disharmony. So basically, what's going on is, I think, and this is something that I've noticed with all the other readers right now, they're talking about how, or not all of them, but several of them that have avoidant stuff, are talking about how they're having trouble with people at their home, like in home life. Like, because they're realizing that the reason they are the way they are is because they've been they've been kind of put into this situation where they're emotionally immature. They've had this trauma that they've had since they were young has basically taken them and put them into this place of not able to handle anything emotionally. And the person that they trusted the most in their entire life, instead of being of value to them, is actually someone that has sabotaged them in their life. And they're coming to grips with this right now, I think. They're coming to grips with the fact that this person in their life has done them dirty. But they don't really think their family member doesn't really think of them like this. They don't think of it like this. They think they're just getting what they want. And maybe this person's really selfish. But basically, they're dealing with this inner struggle right now with family life. Because they're starting to wake up and realize what has happened. So I find that very interesting. Okay. So I don't feel the need to pull any clear cards for clarification, because this is all very clear to me. Basically, they're sick of doing the status quo. They're not even paying attention to, this is unfair. They're not moving forward. They're not paying attention. They're not using their resources. They're staying in hermit mode, staying at home. They're thinking about acting. They're intimidated by you. You need to use your intuition, though. And they're a tiny little cup. That's all they'll have to offer when they do come, if they do come. And then they've got problems going on with family and reconciling that for them. So I'm going to pull this card. And this is an amazing card, and this works for this reading absolutely perfectly. This is from the Oracle of Visions deck. And this is a juggler, and he's looking at this woman. And this woman is in this cloche, and she's trying to reach out to him. And it's like, almost to me, like he's doing this juggling, but he doesn't really want to do it anymore. He's like sick of doing this juggling. He is just so sick of it. He's at the point where he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And it's like he's got to focus, though, and do what he's doing. I mean, he's still in his costume, for crying out loud. And then she is reaching out, this is you. It's like you're stuck in here. It's like you can't reach him. It's like this phantom hand coming out to reach him, but can't, right? So I'm going to read this description, because this is pretty awesome. Contact, reaching out, spiritual bonds, connections. Each contact with a human being is so rare, so precious, one should preserve it. And Anais Nin. In this life, we are spirit and we are flesh. When we forget that we are both, we can suffer unnecessarily. This card can indicate a need to take the time for meditation and to connect with one's higher self. This will, in turn, allow us to see the spiritual aspect of others more clearly and be able to reach out to them more easily. A young man stands in a contemplative mood. The mask before him indicates that he has stepped away from his usual role in life. A flame beside the mask signifies the eternity of our nature, and reminds us that all that we see in this earthly realm is no more than a mask. In his right hand, he holds a bell jar that contains the face of a woman. Maybe she is his spirit guide or a love from a past life. She's reaching out to him with much love and tenderness. In his left hand, he holds 2 batons, indicating the duality of human nature. This might also indicate that he has more than enough will to move forward in his life. Okay, so that's very interesting because they're saying he has more than enough will. He's just not doing. He's still, stuck in it. He's still stuck where he is. And I think he wants to move forward. He's thinking about it, but he's not really ready, even though he has the ability to do it. Even though you've got the magician reversed, but I think he does really have his tools. I think he has the tools. He has the magician's tools. He's just not using them. He's refusing and avoiding it because it causes him a lot of pain to go there. So, yeah. And then I want to pull this card, the Romance Angels card. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So, here's the thing. I think, I listen to Abraham a lot, Abraham Hicks a lot. She's really incredible. She channels all these beings, and she talks about visualization. And so, basically, if there's any potential, I don't think you should act. I think the thing is you should use your intuition for sure. But I do feel like you need to kind of stay where you are in terms of, I wouldn't really reach out, because I think the thing is you have to do what Abraham Hicks said and try to visualize your perfect life. And think about things that you did with him, but I wouldn't, because that's going another way. I would almost think about the things that you could do with him. And think about things, even if the person that you're with doesn't really have a head, that's okay. Really think about, maybe don't even use him. Just think about all the wonderful things. You know what the things she talks about is using, all the things that you like about him. Think about all the things that you like about him and really capitalize on those things. Don't focus on the bad things but he's like this and this and this, and how it's ever going to happen to get over it. Focus on the absolute glorious things that you enjoyed about him. And think about that. And maybe someone even better than him will come through. If he's not able to stop being the juggler, the dude that he doesn't know what he wants in his life, or if he does know what he wants, he's not going for it, you have the potential to have so much more. And the other thing that Abraham Hicks talks about is the fact that there are thousands of potential opportunities for partners out there. Thousands. I was driving around in my car and I was thinking, holy cow, here I am kind of pining over this dude when there's thousands of guys, potential partners out there that I could be with. Why am I limiting myself? I could go to Italy and enjoy and meet somebody in a heartbeat. I'm sure of it if I wanted to. So even though you're feeling like this is the guy, this is your divine masculine, this is the only one you can be with, and he may very much be a twin flame kind of person, sometimes there are a means to learn more and grow. You might not actually end up with them, and that's okay, because there's so much more. And what Abraham Hicks was talking about, it's not really necessary to stay with one particular person, because we have kind of been raised with the Cinderella mindset, where we feel like this person is sort of like when we're with them, then we're happily ever after. But honestly, when you think about it, that's not really what's happening. There's no happily ever after. You're constantly growing and learning. You're constantly evolving. There's no, okay, I'm done now. And that's the thing. There's no, you're done. You're not done. You may never be, you won't be done. You know what done is? Death. You're not done. You're going to keep going on with this. I'm not saying you're going to struggle. Thing is that Abraham Hicks says, just go there, in terms of emotional happiness. It's the only thing that matters for you. Being happy is the only thing that matters. Okay, so I'm going to close out this reading. I think this is very good. And please subscribe, like, and share this. And you can get a personal reading from me. Just send me an email. The link will be below. Thank you.